And good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Indianapolis Motor Speedway as we get ready for the running of the Brickyard 400. This is chase race number 2 for the Snickers Cup Series. We got a special co-commentator here in the booth, and it just wouldn't seem right without having him here at this track, because this is where the sponsorship of Huggies was born, and the guy who was with me when it was born was Dillon Young. Dillon, thanks for joining me.
I'm doing good. I'll tell you something. I had to go to the track and give some people some free Huggies before coming in here, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think we had a lot of different Huggies promotions going on here, especially down there at that entrance of Pit Road. That's where it actually happened, where we end up coming up with Huggies as our new sponsorship.
Double the Huggies, I guess.
I guess so. And I actually did a fail here, too. I should have actually had John Cittadino running the Huggies paint scheme, but oh well. Anyway, on the pole for today's race, Trent Whitney alongside of Ralph Mason, then you got Kyle Sosnowski, and then the points leader, John Cittadino. Now, in the Mobile One Cup Series race, a lot of the chasers did not start up near the front of the field, but we see quite a few up here. I see McLeod, I see Barney Ward, Chambers, Anthony McCurry. So, apparently, they're feeling, with what happened in the Mobile One Cup Series race, that starting up front is actually better here today.
Yeah, the Mobile One Cup Series, it was a lot different than the truck race that happened, and there was, even though a lot of passing, it's just that the problem that happened, though, was coming off at turn number 1 and turn number 3. Those were the only problems that I saw from both races. But it's like they say, with the Cup race here, anything can happen.
And another thing, too, is with the 32-lap event that we're going to be having here today, pit stops may come into play as well.
Yeah, the pit stops can definitely play a factor. I mean, I've rarely seen any Indy races with pit stops, but it's when you got to pit at the right time. And we even saw in the Coca-Cola race, it's the right time to pit, and I guess it paid off with Dillon to win the race and the other 3 drivers getting top 5 finishes.
All right, well, the points battle actually is going to be pretty close here, too, and it pretty much is whenever we start off a chase. McLeod starting there in that 4th position. He is currently 6 points ahead of Austin Ogo. Then it's a total, I believe, of 18 points back to a tie for 3rd between Aaron Williams Jr. and Hayden Klein. Who do you think out of those 4 may get the upper hand today?
I probably could say it could be Hayden Klein or even James McLeod. It could be one of those 2 that can pull off a good win. But I'm going to try for one of the chasers that's really in the back. And that driver that I'm saying, it could be Cittadino, but I think my pick is going to, if I could remember here, it could be Adam Chambers in the 43.
And Adam Chambers, if I remember correctly, I think he actually has a Truck Series win here, so that may not be a bad pick. Also, it's pretty interesting with Ralph Mason starting up here at the front. He had a nice top 10, which ended up moving him up to the points lead in the Mobile One Cup Series, so he may be definitely a driver to watch today, too.
Ralph Mason, always a good driver in Indianapolis, and we'll see how Trent Whitney, the pole sitter, can do.
All right, we're getting ready to get these cars rolling off. They're going to complete a couple of pace laps. While they do that, it'll give us a last minute to hand out a few more complimentary Huggies here. And we will then come back and receive the green flag as we get ready to get this historic race underway. The Brickyard 400, I think, just ranks right up there with the Daytona 500 and all that. And we are about...
Absolutely a most popular track to race on.
Absolutely. Here we go. Here's the look at the starting grid for today's event here at Indianapolis. Getting ready to go under the green flag, Trent Whitney, a former winner this season. Ralph Mason, also a former winner this season, but both of them mired way down in points. Could be a big opportunity for them to get their second wins of the season today. As here we go, the green flag comes out, and as it come out, Barney Ward going to be starting off in 6th place. He is dead last in chase points. When you're behind the 8 ball after a tough break that he had last week, what do you got to do to get yourself back in the hunt?
You just got to find a way to just motivate yourself. Like if you can get a good top 5, top 10 finish, it can help you motivate throughout the remainder of the chase. And I guess for Barney Ward, knowing that even though this is now a 10 race chase, it's not as stressful as like how it was before a 5 race chase. So it's not as much as pressure, but it's still hard for Barney Ward.
And I'll tell you what, they really spread out there on this green flag. They've gotten single file now, I think, between the top 8. I was actually expecting to see them race double wide up here at the front for quite a bit, but this may be some strategy too, because this is a little bit longer of an event than the Trucks and Mobile Cup Series race was, so maybe they want to keep it a little bit calmer at the first half.
Yeah, and I think another driver I forgot to mention that could try to get a good finish is that number 61 of Anthony McCurry. I've heard he's had a lot of good success at this track, no matter what car he's driving in.
Yeah, Anthony McCurry coming in with the brand new sponsorship of Rolex, and the caution's out for the first time today.
Ooh, that might have been up in the front too.
I'm almost wondering, I saw 2 drivers battling side by side for 4th. I don't know who they were, and I'm almost wondering if may have been triggered with them. And we've seen already in the Mobile Cup Series race what happens when a wreck happens right up at the front.
Yeah, a lot of drivers get involved, and it's like they say, there's a big gap there. I can guess it's in the front.
Yeah, I think it really was somewhere around that battle for 4th place. It looks like the top 3 are going to be Sosnowski, Trent Whitney, and George Roque. I think Ralph Mason's going to cross in 4th, and Trent Dunham was one of those drivers involved. We know that.
No.
And it looks like, that's not McCrae, that's Mary Cole there in her new sponsorship. She's in 5th. But boy, Trent Dunham and Indianapolis, they have not seen eye to eye. And there's a chaser involved, Dylan Pote in the 78.
Good thing I did not mention his name, too.
Pull off what Anthony McCurry did with Trent in the Mobile Cup Series race.
I think I've learned that mistake. I chose Pote the last season's race, and look what happened. Good thing I didn't choose him this season. Oh, boy.
Jordan Davis involved as well there. Callum Wales in the 39. And there is Trent. Boy, he has had a tough weekend here at Indianapolis. Pichu London involved as well. There's also some damage to Anthony McCurry's machine.
The Rolex scheme, that's not good for Anthony. I thought he was going to get through, and I guess not.
I'm almost wondering if, I know he was up near the front, I'm also wondering if maybe the wreck was triggered with him.
That could be. I don't know.
There's Madison Sieber involved, and there's another chaser involved. 2 chasers. There's McLeod and Aaron Williams Jr., 1st and 3rd in chase points.
Yeah, Williams got a lot of damage in the front end, and I noticed McLeod was up like 4th or 5th when we last time saw him.
Zach Campbell getting involved as well. So maybe, just maybe, Charles Jackson's got damage too. Maybe this was started with McLeod and McCurry.
Yeah, I think the 15 of Jacob Lawler's got damage too, and another car down pit road.
That's Ralph Mason in the 87. Boy, I don't know. We're going to have to
I don't know if he got involved, but it may look like he did.
Maybe some strategy playing out here or something. If he has any damage, it would probably have to be on the right side of his car, because I do not see any damage on the front or left. Oh yeah, he does have damage on the right side.
He might have bounced off the wall there.
I think he did. So we're going to have to see what happened. This was right up at the front of the field, our first caution of the day, and it came out here on lap number 3. Well, from a look of it, looks like the points leader, James McLeod, just messed up his entry into turn 3.
Yeah, I think he got a little too aggressive on that turn and went up into Mason. And I guess Mason also got a little too tight there, and McLeod's going to get Mason pinched in. I think they're both going to get the wall, and then McLeod's going to go around is what it looks like, I believe.
Yeah, right there. And, man, that was right near the end of the safer barrier. And look at Adam Chambers.
Right in front of Adam Chambers, too, and he's going to get involved.
He gets a little piece of it there with that right front.
Gets another piece, and then he's going to keep going, and then right in front of the field, McLeod goes.
There's Pichu London. And there's Anthony McCurry right there, too. I almost wondered when I saw this cards
on
involved.
His side.
Look at Dunham. Nowhere to go. Run straight into the back of McCurry. And, I was actually thinking, I didn't know if this maybe started between Anthony McCurry and Ralph Mason. But, man. Pote had nowhere to go.
Sieber just gets a piece there, and then the 16, Callum Wales.
Look at Aaron Williams Jr. Just nowhere for him to go, and Charles Jackson is going to run to the back of him.
They're all trying to break and trying to avoid the cars all around, and a lot of drivers did a good job. Galligan got a little piece of it there.
There's the 9 of Zach Campbell involved.
There's a car spinning around right there, too, and I can't tell who that is.
Oh, that's Jordan Davis.
That's 16. Jordan Davis.
My goodness, there's a few chasers that I saw did get through this. One of them, I think, was Henley. But
Yeah,
that's,
Henley's done a really good job this season. And then in the chase so far, he's just trying to make sure he gets good finishes. So he's doing not bad right now.
that was a tough break, though, for a lot of drivers. I think I counted a total of 6 chase drivers. Or not 6, I'm sorry, 4 chase drivers that were involved in this. Poteet, McLeod, Aaron Williams Jr., and also, we know that Anthony McCurry was involved, and Adam Chambers did get a little piece of it, too. So maybe 5 chasers getting some damage out of that.
Yeah, that's a tough break. I think the biggest loser out of that's going to be Trent Dunham.
Yeah, Trent Dunham, that's a tough break for him. He was 15th in the points, even though he didn't make the chase, but this is not going to fare well for him at all. So we're under the caution for the first time today. Let's go back for the restart. Getting ready to go back to green flag racing on lap 7 of 32. That's going to give us a total of 23 to go, I believe. Let's take a look at the drivers that retired. Madison Sieber, Anthony McCurry, Zach Campbell, Aaron Williams Jr., Dylan Poteet, Trent Dunham, Callum Wales, and Jordan Davis. That's 3 chasers right there, all involved. McCurry came in 6th in points, Aaron Williams Jr. 3rd in points, and Dylan Poteet came in 8th in the standings. And that's certainly not going to fare well for any 3 of those drivers, because this is going to kind of put them behind the 8 ball, and now they got to get back into recovery mode.
Yeah, and they got to make sure whoever the points leader is that he doesn't have a good day as well, so anything can happen.
Yeah, the points leader, James McLeod, is actually the last car on the lead lap, because we know he got involved. So the guy I guess we really have to keep an eye on is Austin Ogo, who is currently in the 16th position there in that 83. So right now, based on what I'm seeing, he's in the catbird seat to maybe take the points lead.
Dr. Pepper! I just had to say that.
And he's...
Austin Ogre, he's doing actually pretty good right now. He's hanging back, and he's just waiting for the right time to go up there. So I don't blame his decision for hanging around mid-pack.
Yeah, we know that Austin Ogo was actually caught up in the big one in the Moblin Cup Series race too, so he's trying to keep himself out of trouble today. Top 10 as we go back to green are going to be Kyle Sosnowski, Trent Whitney, George Roque, Mary Cole, Tim Walsh, then Cole Daly having a great run right now in 6th, Barney Ward 7th, Matthew Rodriguez 8th, then Chambers 9th, and White Savotas is in 10th. 4 chasers right now inside of the top 10. Maybe a little bit of strategy on their part, knowing that quite a few chasers got involved in that big incident there so early in this race.
Yeah, and I think one driver I think you've only mentioned once could actually have a good benefit from that is John Cittadino in the 42. Unfortunately, he's not running Huggies. Screw you, Doritos. Even though he's around the mid-pack, I believe that is, mid-pack near the back, he's just trying to make sure that he knows that he needs to get a good run. Otherwise,
there's a spin about it. Oh, Mary Cole is flipping.
Oh, no.
Whitney is flipping.
I think he started second. Oh, Mason.
Cittadino.
Oh, God, there's a big wreck. Up. I hope they had the Huggies on.
Oh my God. Oh, Eric Burton is still flipping.
That's Jake Cole, I think, or Burton. I can't tell.
That's Burton. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. Oh, jeez.
Danny Wells sits stalled out near the inside wall. There's Mason, as you mentioned. Lawler. Oh, there's another chaser involved.
God.
Hayden Klein in the 11.
I think the 27 I saw was involved too.
Rohit Vedaravu. There's Jake Rogers. Oh my goodness.
God.
And there's the pole sitter.
And I thought the pole sitter was going to do well today. I guess not.
There were at least 3 drivers that I saw flipping. Mary Cole, Trent Whitney, and Eric Burton.
Yeah, it was hard to see Eric Bird, but then all of a sudden he just took another hit, and then he just barrel rolled badly.
And you gotta think that this started with Mary Cole and Trent Whitney, because they both restarted inside the top 5.
Yeah, it looked like Trent Whitney started second at the time, I think.
So Kyle Sosnowski going to be able to lead us yet again under the caution flag. They may make some pit stops right now. I don't know if they'd maybe roll the dice and short pit or not. But anyway, we're going to take a look at a replay and see what exactly brought out our second caution. This one much bigger than the first. This is a battle just inside the top 5, and Mary Cole just really messed up her exit of that corner.
Yeah, and this is a debut of a new car too, and oh man, that's just a hard hit. And look at the top 10, like some of the drivers make it through. There's Adam Chambers, I believe that was Matt Rod also there trying to make his way through. And
yes, it was.
God, that's just a scary thing to see with the 4 they're flipping over and what you can see. And there's not that many drivers that could see through that. And, oh, man.
And, you know, a lot of drivers will tell you that, you know, you have a car spin out in front of you. You can sometimes distinguish where they're going to go, but when a car starts flipping and barrel rolling, you have no idea which direction they're going to turn.
Oh, Whitney just got drilled.
He got nailed by Jake Rogers.
I didn't even see Jake Rogers involved in that. And,
no, I hadn't either.
Man, look at the Ford just... Oh, my God. Almost landed on top of someone.
Oh, my gosh. Look at...
There's Vidarvu right there. And
I think Vidarvu got through it, but I'm not sure.
Oh.
There's Danny Wells, Mason, Lawler, and look on the high side, Eric Burton. I think he's going to get T-boned by Charles Jackson right there.
Yeah, his car's just about sideways, and then there it goes.
My
just
goodness.
Gave out.
And look who got through all of this. James McLeod, the points leader, who was at the tail end of the field when this restart began.
Oh, my God. Just Eric Burton, then still barrel rolling, and then I believe he came to rest on all fours, which is a good thing.
Yeah, I think he did too. As a matter of fact, quite honestly, I've seen drivers barrel roll and be able to continue. I'm almost going to wager that maybe Eric Burton is going to be able to continue this race because there's really not a lot of damage on the hood. He just went side on to side.
Yeah, he doesn't have a lot of also rear end damage there, and I believe that was Citadino that was right there in front of him too.
Yes, it was Citadino in the big red. I actually thought it was the Doritos paint scheme. It's the big red paint scheme this week, but that's two more chasers
to see too. Indianapolis is not a big track where flips can happen. That happens like Daytona and Talladega, but I'm surprised. Wow.
I guess we can kind of give the credit of the flipping to the impact these drivers take into that outside wall with the high speeds we have in the corners.
Yeah, that's a tough break for a lot of people, especially Mary Cole who's one of the chasers that got involved.
Yeah, the chasers.
Last thing she needed to see in her mind.
Yeah, the chasers are definitely taking hard hits here today at Indianapolis. Two more that we know of involved, Citadino and Mary Cole. A little question mark over Hayden Klein, whether he did get a piece of it or not. But if so, I think that's going to leave us only a total of about 3 or 4 drivers who have not gotten a piece of anything here today. So we get ready to go back to Green Flag Racing. Kyle Sosnowski is still your leader. Getting ready to go back to Green Flag Racing. We're getting pretty close to the halfway point. We're about 5 laps away from it, and pit stops just happened. Some drivers deciding to come down, some drivers deciding to stay out. And Barney Ward, 12th out of the 12 drivers in the chase, he is now going to be the leader. Why strategy?
I think so. I mean, Barney Ward's taking the risks there, and sometimes it can pay off, and other times not so much. So it depends. Who knows? And right behind him, I believe that's Jake Cole in the 44 there. He's actually another one who stayed out as well. And, and I believe third's Austin Ogo, too.
Yeah,
so
Ogo
two
decided to
chasers
stay out.
Looks like they stayed out. So we'll see if they made the right move or not.
Derek Reed's going to restart in 4th with Joshua Michaels 5th. Then it's Jeffrey Buckeye, last week's winner, Dillon Young. He's in the 7th position. 8th, Emilio Naverick. Galligan is in 9th. And look at James McLeod. He's back up to 10th place.
I don't know how he can do it. I mean, that 51 car has been strong most of the season, and he's done really well in it. But I think a lot of people have their question on their minds is, can he finish it out by winning the championship? And I don't know. Maybe he might.
Let's try and show you where the rest of the chasers are. As a matter of fact, I believe the top 12 did not pit. The first one to pit was Kyle Sosnowski, but the rest of the chasers in this field are Chambers in 16th, Cole Daly is in 18th, Hayden Klein is 19th, Sean Henley, I don't think we've talked about him at all today, he's 21st, and then all the way back here is John Citadino in 27th as Mary Cole has gone back behind the wall, yet another chaser DNFing from today's race. And, I think that with quite a ways to go, that maybe, just maybe, Barney Ward and Austin Ogo, they may be relying on the fact that we've had so many wrecks early on that they're expecting to maybe a quick caution to come out.
Yeah, they're probably expecting that, so that way they can also at least get some laps led, too. So anything could happen with the strategy for it.
All right, here we go, getting ready to go to Green Flag Racing. Going back to James McLeod, I don't think a driver has ever in the Snickers Cup Series won both the Daytona 500 and the Brickyard 400 in the same season. McLeod could be the first one to do that today.
Yeah, McLeod's just shown he's had a strong car. In the Daytona 500, he had the move to pick the right time to win the Daytona 500. He made the right time to go for the lead, got it, won the race. And right now at the Brickyard, he just avoided a big, massive pileup, and now look at him go.
As right now they're going to be single file, and it looks like...
I think Danica Shirley hit the wall.
I think she did, the 88 rather. She's actually having a pretty good day, though. She just slipped back all the way to about 20th place, though. But Danika's actually been doing a good job since she came into the Snickers Cup Series, replacing Michael Norman. Of course, she's just trying to get some experience to be able to utilize when she's battling for the chase in the Oreo Truck Series.
Yeah, she's doing not bad in the throwback Dale Jr. 88 amp scheme there. She's doing really, really good, and I think McLeod, he's a little bit off the pace.
I think he is, yeah. He has some pretty bad damage. Let's talk about his Tweeny's Racing teammate. He's the defending champ coming into this season, and I've really been wanting to see how he would try starting off the chase. And Henley really hasn't made a whole lot of noise to start off this chase. He's currently 11th in the standings. He's been able to survive today, but we really haven't talked about him as a dominating car. Is he saving his strategy for like the final races of the season, or are we just not able to see the same kind of aggressiveness we saw out of him last season?
I think it's from the last season. I know Henley from last season as a teammate for Hendrick. He's just knowing what he's doing. He was saying, you know what, I'm going to show you how I can race, and I'm going to show you. They're going 3 wide off at turn 4 there, but Henley just knows what he's doing. He's done this for seasons and generations at the time, and I think he's just waiting for that right time to attack, going for the points lead and stuff. And right now, he's doing a good job.
I'll tell you one guy who I don't think he's desperate, but he really needs a good run. And he's about to lose the lead as Barney Ward bounced off of Galligan. Wow.
That was close. And he just got passed by Dillon Young, and now Galligan's battling for him. And I think Buckeye's going to try to pass him when he catches up to Galligan.
I think so, too. Matter of fact, it's kind of interesting. If I'm not mistaken, I think the last time we were here at Indianapolis, both the Penske cars did well, and they're doing well again here this season. Dillon Young up there. And Sosnowski just got turned!
Sosnowski! Oh, shit.
He just got turned by Joshua Michaels, and please be a solo car spin.
Oh, don't tell me where the other cars are at.
Oh, no! Someone nailed Richard Johnson.
Oh,
it was Tim Walsh.
I think he flipped. I think Walsh flipped because I saw him flip back onto 4 wheels.
Rohit Vidarvo and Pichu London, they've got some damage on the apron.
I'm kind of wondering if Rohit hit Richard Johnson, or not Richard Johnson. Richard. Excuse me. Ugh, struggling.
Oh boy, Jake Cole's taking the lead now. I think it's the first time we've seen him out in front for quite a while.
Tryfon Reed in the second. Oh,
and
man.
There's Joshua Michaels on pit road. I'm almost wondering if maybe Michaels came down into someone after getting into... Oh, no! There's a chaser, Cole Daly.
I didn't even see Cole Daly get involved.
I didn't either.
For that number 17 team.
Oh, my goodness. I don't know how bad the damage is, whether he's just on pit road getting repairs or not, or whether he actually had to teleport to pit road, but the caution is out for the 3rd time today, and the hits just keep on coming. Let's see what happened. Kyle Sosnowski was running inside the top 10 when this wreck happened. This was just outside the top 10, and I don't think you really can lay the blame on Michaels for this one.
No, I guess they just got a little too tight there, and Sosnowski just pinched Michaels in there, and then both Michaels and Sosnowski get the wall, but Sosnowski's going to get the worst end of it. He's going to turn around. His car's going to, take a hit to the side, but we saw Tim Walsh and Richard Johnson involved. Oh, Michaels!
Michaels, what happened to him? He just, shot out of the wall.
Richard Johnson flipped.
And there's where Cole Daly got involved.
Wow, I didn't... Oh, Richard Johnson did flip. Oh, my God.
Oh, my goodness. It was like Michaels' car caught onto something in the outside safer barrier.
I think he hit one of the kinks.
Oh, my goodness. And we're going to see in just mere moments... Tim Walsh, who has just had a miserable season there in that 56, is going to continue. Right there, he nails him.
Yeah, and I did see Tim Walsh flip, and that was... Oh, God.
Oh, and look at McLeod just barely squeaked through the middle. Citadino just gets through.
The Huggies have striked again. Wear them next time, people.
Oh, my goodness. But we got to look at the 10 car of Joshua Michaels, because that... I'm not sure what exactly he hit, but it just completely propelled him right out in front of Richard Johnson and Cole Daly, and there was nothing they could do. I mean, it was a split-second thing.
Yeah, there's not many kinks that are there in Indy, and I guess he hit that one kink that was there. There's one that's on the exit turn 4. There's the one in turn 3. Let's see if he did.
Oh, there it is right there. Yep, right where the safer barrier starts.
Oh, and then Cole Daly just nowhere to go.
Oh, my goodness, that was right up in the windshield.
Yeah, good thing for Michaels, though. He landed on 4 wheels. That's a good thing about it, but Man, look at Matt Rod work his way through that mess.
And I'll tell you, I think we got to give the Dodger of the race to Adam Chambers. That's got to be about the third wreck that's happened right in front of him, and he's been able to get through it.
I mean, Chambers, he's an NNSCRA veteran there. He's been in there ever since day one. I'll tell you something, he's impressed a lot of people.
Kyle Sosnowski was up there at the front for quite a while, actually led a few laps.
2 cars flipped off of that, so... Oh, my.
Wow. Unbelievable. And look at Henley. He was able to get through that, too. Quite a few chasers, actually, were able to get through that pretty well. With the exception of Cole Daly, as Dylan's phone's going off. And we will now head back to the restart. Well, after pit stops, the aspect of this race has completely changed. Adam Chambers is now the leader. DeMarco, his teammate, there in second. So the Ray Everham drivers running 1 and 2. Henley is now up to third. Jake Cole fourth, and fifth is Wyatt Savotas. Then it's Danica Shirley, Derek Reed, Emilio Navarrete, Dillon Young, and Jeffrey Buckeye. That is the top 10. Going all the way through, we got James Silverfox 11th, 12th Barney Ward, Sean Galligan 13th, Austin Ogo 14th, George Roque 15th, 16th Matthew Rodriguez, 17th John Citadino, Charles Jackson 18th, 19th is James McLeod, and Hayden Klein completes the top 20. I believe those drivers did not pit. And then Kyle Sosnowski 21st. Actually, no, the first driver to pit was, I believe, Wyatt Savotas in the fifth position.
That's very interesting. You know, the pit strategy has changed a lot, and now Adam Chambers takes the lead. So I'm kind of wondering to see what other strategy can take place throughout the rest of the race.
And maybe Adam Chambers, with being able to be 3 for 3 and missing wrecks, maybe he doesn't want to take any chances now, and being up at the front, you're less likely to get involved in any incidents that might take place. As we'll take a look at the drivers that have DNF'd after this incident. Pichu London is out. Also Tim Walsh, Cole Daly, Joshua Michaels, Richard Johnson, Rohit Vidarva. They've all gone back behind the wall, so that's another chaser in fifth in points, Cole Daly, retiring from this race. And with this going on, just how big is it for drivers like McLeod, Ogo, Klein, Citadino, Chambers, and Henley, all who have been able to survive, Barney Ward as well. I guess we got Dillon Young currently not able to talk, so we'll just continue on here until he comes back. Adam Chambers is going to be the leader on this restart. As Dillon alluded to on the replay, Adam Chambers, a former Snickers Cup Series champion. He and Henley actually both running first and third as the green flag comes back out. Here on lap 19 of 32, that should give us a total, I believe, of 14 laps to go here today. Adam Chambers is a former winner this season. He's the only driver for the Ray Everham stables to win, but right there is his rookie teammate, Alex DeMarco, and he's going to look to the inside line. Keep in mind, too, if this thing does go into a long green flag run all the way to the end, how is that going to possibly play out for Chambers, DeMarco, and Henley, who all decided to stay out? We'll have to see. As Alex DeMarco is going to take the lead now. Sean Henley, we were talking earlier about the fact that Henley was not up there at the front, seemed to be laying back. We know why now, as he is currently battling side by side for second place with Adam Chambers.
Henley's having a strong car right now, trying to take second.
DeMarco in the lead now, Chambers second, Henley third, and Dillon, I'll pose the question to you that I was saying earlier. With these three staying out, if this thing does go into a long green flag run and they have to make it a one more pit stop, how is that going to play out for these guys? What is it they've got to hope for here in order to make sure they stay up at the front and are able to contend for the win? Nope, I guess we lost Dillon Young again. As the top five right now are DeMarco, Chambers, Henley, then Wyatt Savotas and Emilio Navarrete. And there's the caution flag. Caution's out again. Fourth time today the caution comes out as Chambers tried to get his teammate DeMarco at the line. And the caution this time looks like it's going to come out for the number 21 out of Wood Brothers, Sean Galligan, who I believe is running up inside the top 15. Oh, James Silverfox is in it as well. Derek Reed's got some damage. So it looks like about a three-car incident to put us under the caution for the fourth time today. We'll take a look at a replay. Here's a look at what happened. Looks like they got three wide and got really close coming off that corner, including last week's winner, Dillon Young.
Yeah, it looks like Silver Fox, he just helped by pinching in, and tough break for Dillon Young there. Oh, Tryphon Reed was on his, or excuse me, Derek Reed rather, was on his side, and lucky break for Dillon Young there. He actually kept his car clean.
And right there, you see Silver Fox been down the bottom. There's another chaser involved, Barney Ward, who I thought may be able to make it out through without a scratch, but he's involved, and something else takes place. I don't know where, but there were some other drivers involved. Oh, there it was right there with Sean Galligan.
Galligan, Matt Rod, Austin Ogo, and can't tell who that other driver was
That's
there.
13 again.
Oh my goodness. If one wreck wasn't enough.
Yeah, and if one chaser involved wasn't enough, now we got two with Ogo.
Uh-oh, 20 max.
Oh,
Oh,
side
wow.
swipe. Wow, that was close call.
Too close for comfort there.
So the caution is out once again. We should be going green with less than 10 to go. There's Silver Fox. His day is done. As the leader under the caution, looks like it's going to be Alex DeMarco. However, we're going to have to see if DeMarco, Chambers, and Henley decide to pit here under this caution flag. Getting ready to go back under the green flag. DeMarco is still the leader. Second place, Adam Chambers. Sean Henley is third. And we're going to have a total, when we go back to green, of 8 laps to go. What do you think? You think they can stretch it, those 8 laps, on this one tank of fuel?
I kind of doubt it. These guys haven't pitted in a while, and, the drivers behind them, like YS Votas and all those other drivers from on back, I think they can get and stretch it fine, but the 4, I kind of doubt it.
And we've seen, too, with heading into the corner, apparently tire rubber is really key in order to get grip. And so these guys, they're going to have much worn-down tires than the rest of the drivers behind them. So they could be sitting ducks here if we go green the rest of the way.
I think the one driver that's really caught my eye who's actually kept, surviving through this race is that rookie in the number 22, Jeffrey Buckeye.
Yeah, Jeffrey Buckeye there. Also, Danica Shirley also having a good run there, and it's only her second start in the 88. So we'll go back through the rest of the running order. Fourth is YS Votas, Emilio Navarrete up there in fifth. I don't think we've talked about him hardly at all today. His teammate going to be there in sixth, Danica Shirley. Jake Cole is in seventh. Eighth, Jeffrey Buckeye, and George Roque is going to complete the top 10. Dillon Young's in 10th, my bad. 11th is John Cittadino. Kyle Sosnowski, 12th. Charles Jackson, damaged car like that and all, he's in 13th place. Barney Ward, 14th. Hayden Klein, 15th. James McLeod is 16th, and it's Austin Ogo, Matthew Rodriguez, Derek Reed, and Sean Galligan completing the top 20. That's it. 20 drivers on the lead lap and on the racetrack to finish out today's race.
Here we go. We're getting ready to take the green. I think this could be the one of the last few times we're probably going to see the restart, too. And, wow, what a jump he got.
Yeah, he did. DeMarco, I think Chambers was caught napping or something, because that really helped the 19 car out. And with the fact that he has to kind of maybe save some fuel, save some tire wear, he is going to really, I don't think his crew chief's going to be pretty happy with him being out like that. However, is this a track maybe where they can accordion up like they do at a restrictor plate track? I don't know.
I don't know. Battle for second. Henley over Chambers.
And Sean Henley all of a sudden starting to make the kind of moves we saw him make when the chase began last season, and it ended up getting him into the championship victory lane. Chambers is the driver he's passing. Whoa.
It's like I said about Henley. It's just timing it right to go for the front, and he's doing a good job on it. And now here comes Emilio Navarrete for second.
Navarrete going to go side by side with Henley, and you can see there the difference between the fresh tires of Navarrete and the older tires of Henley. Navarrete, it was really no contest.
Here comes the 55. He's actually doing really good. I believe that's George Rourke, right?
Yes, it is.
George Rourke, he's actually having a good run. He's trying to make sure he gets his way up to the front to take the lead. But DeMarco, I'm kind of surprised what he's doing. I thought he was going to hold back and save some fuel, but I don't know if that's the case or not.
Well, we've seen how they've been able to work their way around Chambers. Navarrete made quick work of Henley, so now the question is, does Emilio Navarrete have enough time with about 6-7 laps to go to be able to run down DeMarco, and then if he catches him, does he have enough to pass him?
Maybe. He's closing in.
Oh, we're going to find out, though. Caution just came out, and we will, with the amount of laps left, we will get back to green. We're going to have a shootout, and this is big for Alex DeMarco in the 19.
And even for Sean Henley, too. So those two drivers, I think they could be the possible contenders to the win, but don't count out Navarrete.
Looks like there was a spin, and it was the Austin Oco machine again.
His car keeps going, though, so I doubt he's going to retire. Maybe. Who knows?
So Austin Ogo going to bring out yet another caution flag. This is probably going to be our final caution of the day. Let's see what happened to the driver of the Dr. Pepper Toyota. Take a look and see what happened here to the driver who came in second in championship standings. And just another mess up in that corner, and this time it's Matthew Rodriguez who's in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, and it looked like Matt Roy didn't get much damage off that, but that's going to be a tough break for Austin Ogo. But the good news for him is that as long as Ogo is continuing, that's fine, because he's got to get every point possible.
Yeah, and I think the one thing that's really going to hurt him is the driver that's bypassing him on the high side there, James McLeod. That's the guy he was trying to catch here to be able to get the points lead from, and with McLeod restarting ahead of him, Ogo's going to have quite a task on his hands trying to get ahead of McLeod, because he's got to be 6 positions ahead to be the points leader. So he'll have McLeod within striking distance, but this is not what he needed to have happen.
Interesting.
Take a look here and go back to the green flag, see what we have to finish out today's race. Getting ready to go back to green flag race. It's going to be a green-white checker to finish off today's race. Alex DeMarco still staying out, rolling the dice, and I think this really is a good strategy on his part because he's not able to battle for the championship. He's running 28th in points. You know, if you can really risk it to try and get the ultimate risk reward and win a race, I think DeMarco's doing it.
Hey, sometimes you got to take gambles here, Indy, and that's what might pay off.
Alex DeMarco going to be the leader. Navarrete is in second. Remember, Navarete's on much fresher tires than DeMarco. We'll see if he can get by. Henley, older tires, in third. Jake Cole, fourth. And there's Jeffrey Buckeye up to fifth. Rest of the top 10 are Danica Shirley, George Roque, Dillon Young, Adam Chambers, and Kyle Sosnowski. As this green-white checker finish is going to finish off today's race. If the caution comes out at any point during this segment, they will race it back to the line, and the race will be declared over. And DeMarco gets a good jump again, but this time Navarrete hangs with him.
I think Navarete's trying to show you want to go for the win? Fine, I'll show you what it takes as a Hendrick car.
And Emilio Navarrete, I believe, in the past 3 seasons, he's had at least 1 Snickers Cup Series win. So Emilio Navarrete trying to continue that tradition as he almost gets into DeMarco off that corner.
That was close. Here comes Jake Cole.
Jake Cole going to go to the inside for 4th place on Jeffrey Buckeye. And Sean Henley got a good restart there, too. Even with the old tires, looks like he's up to speed with these guys. He could be a factor for the win here. So they're getting ready to come out of the final corner. In just a moment, we're going to have the white flag. And here comes Navarrete to the inside.
Here he goes. And here comes Henley, who used to be a Hendrick teammate of his. So we'll see what can happen if Henley and Navarrete go at each other.
That was really close there off that 4th corner. Almost like DeMarco and Henley almost made contact. White flag in the air. We're still green. We're going to race to the checkered flag regardless of what flag comes out. And looks like Jake Cole's going to the inside of Henley. Now this is good news for Emilio Navarrete because this is going to take the pressure off of him and put it onto the shoulders of Jake Cole.
He's uh-oh. I think Navarrete's going to maybe get it unless Jake Cole gets a good run off 3 and 4.
Yeah, and they really started backing up back there. Henley and DeMarco kind of blocked up everybody else, so it's going to be basically one-on-one if Jake Cole can get to the back bumper of Emilio Navarrete. We've talked about Hendrick Motorsports and their struggles this season. 2 wins for Aaron Williams Jr. Emilio Navarrete's going to be a Hendrick Motorsports winner, though. He's going to win today. The Brickyard 400 goes to the driver of the 5.
Finally gets a win. Incredible.
Emilio Navarrete, 22nd in points, continues the tradition of having at least 1 Snickers Cup Series win in a season, and I believe is his 3rd season now of having at least 1 win. What a great job on that team.
That's incredible.
So Emilio Navarrete's going to go to victory lane today. Take a look at the top 10, our official top 10. Jake Cole's going to finish 2nd. Henley held on for 3rd place. What a great run for him. Then you got Alex DeMarco. He held on for 4th. So the older tires seem to work out still for some of these guys. Danica Shirley gets 5th. George Roque 6th. 7th, Jeffrey Buckeye. Chambers held on for 8th. Dillon Young 9th. And White Savotas completes the top 10. Apparently, Henley, DeMarco, and Chambers were all able to hold on for top 10 runs with that strategy they played out.
Well, Seth, thank you for having me over in the broadcast booth, man.
Not a problem, Dylan. Was glad you were able to be here. Be sure to take some complimentary Huggies on your way out.
Will do. Free Huggies for everyone.
Yes, everyone gets free Huggies, even though they still have not sponsored us. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed today's race. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the crew today. Here come your official finish results, rookie points, and overall point standings. Be sure to also subscribe to Dillon Young's channel. Link to his channel is in the description.
86753098858.
He's the only one that knows it. And we'll see you guys next time here on the Astro Sports channel, offline racing at its best.
Get some Huggies.